All right, how's it going, guys? Today we have just some questions that people send in via email. Sometimes I share these, always anonymously, of course, unless you specifically say in the email that you want me to mention, who you are, where you're from, what your situation is. But generally, I'll paraphrase stuff if it gets too personal. Most of the time, it's not appropriate to share things like that. But anyway, I got these emails, and I thought it would be great questions. I don't have videos or anything on this out there, I don't think, so I thought it would be very useful for you guys. First one is, do different saunas have different output strength? And it says, hi, Matt. Thanks for your great comprehensive guide on saunas. I'm currently alternating my sauna use between two different infrared sauna companies or brands. One is a Dynamic Saunas model at a tanning salon. The other, I believe, is a Radiant Health sauna at a cryotherapy clinic. I've noticed that the Radiant Health sauna seems to heat me up and make me sweat a lot faster than a dynamic sauna. Is this common for different brands of saunas to differ in their power? Or could this be some defect with the dynamic sauna model? Excellent question. I don't think I've ever had somebody ask me this before, but it's a really good question. A couple things. So yeah, that's pretty normal. Some saunas take like an hour to heat up, or once you get in, it'll take 30 or 40 minutes for you to start sweating. That's very normal if you're in an underpowered sauna or kind of like a cheaper Costco or Amazon sauna. That was my experience. If you go back and look at my infrared sauna reviews, you'll see some of the time to sweat in there is like 45 minutes, or I think in the case of the J&H Lifestyles NZ, which is the no EMF far infrared sauna, I think I couldn't even get a good sweat in there, and I had to drag heat lamp bulbs in front of the glass door to provide extra heat through the through the glass just for me to get a deep penetrating sweat, or a profuse sweat, I should say. There is a couple other things that can happen, though, when you're using a sauna at a clinic. So a lot of times, because I've used saunas at multiple clinics, right? It all depends on the staff, whether or not this happens. But some of the places just don't do a good job at prepping the room for you before you come in. And what I mean by that is some places will preheat the sauna for like an hour before your appointment time, and other people will barely have it turned on before you show up. And so if that's the case, in general, part of your sauna time is waiting for the sauna to heat up. And it just wasn't properly set up before you got there. There's a couple other things to compare. One of those could be a 15 amp sauna versus a 20 amp sauna, or it could be a 110 versus 220. If there's more power on tap, one's going to have a better effect for you than the other. But as a general rule, to answer your question, what I think you're asking is, as a general 15 amp sauna or residential sauna, is there a major difference in power or the heat that you feel, or how fast it heats up, or how fast you sweat? And the answer is absolutely yes. If you look at the list of certified saunas, all of those on there generally heat up into the 130s in less than 30 minutes. I shouldn't say we. Personally, I don't have time to sit there and wait for a sauna to heat up for an hour and then barely, generate enough heat for me within the next 45 minutes. A 20-minute sauna session turns into like some 2-hour ordeal, which is just insane. Sorry about the ringing. I should have turned that off. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the microphone or not, but my mistake. Let's see. But yes, different saunas definitely have different output. One of the main things that people don't think about is the amount of power that is available for a sauna company to work with on a standard 15 amp circuit in a US house, or a 20 amp circuit. If there's only, say, 1900 watts, and you can only use 80 to 90% of that effectively, as per a decent electrician guidelines or something, there's only so much you can do with a limited amount of power on tap. So if we were to step up to a 220 sauna or a 20 amp sauna, and you can use, 2100 watts or something like that, there's going to be a difference in those. But some of those also have longer preheat times. So it really just depends. The direct answer is, the Radiant Health performs better than the Dynamic. 100%. I would agree with that. That's probably what you're experiencing. But I would probably guess that, one of the places isn't doing as good of a job as the other before or prepping for your appointments. So hope that helps you guys.